Well. Seems like we have another idiot with white guilt syndrome. I don't get it. How do people get so brainwashed that they want to abolish what they are and feel ashamed of who they are and what they are and what they look like? I do not understand it whatsoever. And a lot of people with white guilt tend to make excuses for race swaps. Yes, they are fine with their people not being in entertainment. It makes no sense to me, and it's just annoying and it's corny. And we are talking about that new, obnoxious, hideous Spider-Man cartoon. You guys have seen it by now. It's called Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. It looks terrible. The animation looks terrible. I heard the writing is terrible. They're trying to make the art look like a Silver Age comic, but they failed terribly. And the show is in 3D animation, which is horrible. And we all know the most famous race swap of the show. The Green Goblin, Norman Osborn, being black. Obnoxious, lazy, boring, outdated. People are tired of this shit. But that wasn't the only one in the show. And this other one has some white guilt loser doing his best to defend this. And also call people names for not liking it. Here's a tweet right here. It says, "Crazy how I've never seen anybody complain about the left image, but the right one is somehow controversial? I wonder what's the difference could be." And on the left, you see that female Dr. Octavius from the Spider-Verse movies. And on the right, you see, well, you probably won't even know who that is. Maybe you will. Maybe you figured it out just by looking. That is Dr. Connors. Dr. Kurt Connors, the Lizard. A race and gender swap of the Lizard. And she looks like a good guy. She doesn't even look like an evil villain. Oh my god, how did they fuck up this badly? This is the first time that Disney has gotten complete control over a Spider-Man project. All the other ones that we've seen in movies and TV have been produced by Sony. And after seeing this shit, I am so glad that Sony never gave the rights back to Disney. Because they would just make everybody a black female, make them gay. Spider-Man might even be gay, who even fucking knows? It wouldn't surprise me whatsoever. And the show is just obnoxious and ugly. So all the people like 10, 15 years ago, including me, that said, just give Sony like the biggest paycheck ever to get Spider-Man back. Nah, stay the fuck away. And I don't even like Spider-Man. I'm not even the biggest Spider-Man fan. But this is what you do when you have full control? Fuck off. Sony should keep the movie and film rights to Spider-Man. This is ridiculous. But in terms of this tweet, this guy's a loser. Because he is a typical white guilt idiot that hates himself, and he's been groomed and brainwashed into hating himself for being himself. And he thinks that putting down his own race is going to bring up another one. That's not how it works. But in terms of what's the difference? First of all, people did complain about the one on the left. Maybe not as much because it was not in the trailers for that movie. This was a surprise, a plot twist. So not really much of a plot twist. I don't care about those garbage Spider-Verse movies. I don't like Miles Morales. Maybe because people enjoy that movie more for the animation. That animation was way better despite me not liking the character at all. And on top of that, that was a different universe. Wow, that was the whole concept of these movies. The Spider-Verse, the Spider-Man themed multiverse, you fucking idiot. That is the difference. It's an alternative universe, which I am tired of that shit as well. It's lazy, it's boring. These people don't come up with anything unique with the concept of multiverses. They're not putting these characters, these heroes and villains in unique scenarios. They just make them female or black. So maybe some people like the one on the left. I don't care much for it. I'd rather just have the actual character. But in terms of the one on the right, this new Spider-Man, Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man show, this is not an alternative universe. This is not a multiverse where you see a billion different versions of the same fucking character. We all know that it's pandering. Don't play stupid. It's a black female that's disabled. And she's a good person. Is she even a villain? Maybe she'll become a villain. I have no interest in this garbage show. But the fact that she's like a normal teacher in like a school, and Dr. Connors is supposed to be this guy who's just obsessed with trying to get his arm back. He's injecting himself with a bunch of different shit to get his arm back. Why is this woman, this fake version, just a happy school teacher with one arm? What the fuck is this? This is so stupid. Keep the character the way the character was designed. It matters. You can't just take a character, change everything about it, and still expect the fans of the character to like the new version of the character. It's not the same character. It's not what they remember. It's not what they're nostalgic for. And in this case, you went out of your way to change your fucking story. It doesn't look like Dr. Connors is going to have the same story in this universe or this fake version or this fake TV show. That's not an alternative universe. It's just advertised as a Spider-Man cartoon, which means people expect accurate versions of those characters, not an alternative version of said characters. That is the fucking difference, you dumbass. It's lazy. It's boring. And this pisses everyone off. Everyone who's a fan of the character. Because when they do this, they assume that black people weren't already fans of the character. And then they do this, say, now black people, now you can see yourself in the character. Now you can like the character. As if it was impossible for black people to like it before. It's fucking lazy. But this idiot has a follow-up tweet when he continues to defend this. It says, also, you guys really can't handle the multiverse as a concept if you struggle to accept that people aren't always white males in every single universe and continuity. Yes, they are. They technically are. If you're talking about someone who's already a white male, then they will also be a white male in every single continuity because it's the same physical individual, you fucking idiot. That's why this woman's name isn't Kurt Connors. Her name is Carla Connors. You see how this works, you fucking dimwit? Because Kurt Connors is white in every universe because he's white in the main universe. That's why this woman's name isn't Kurt, it's Carla. They take the villain or hero name of these characters and place it on a different individual, which means it's not the same fucking person. That's how Miles Morales works. He's not Peter Parker but black. He's Miles Morales wearing a Spider-Man costume. So yes, a white male is a white male in every universe. You fucking idiot. You do not know how the multiverse works. It's the same individuals, just in different scenarios or circumstances based on the world around them. So you don't know how the fucking multiverse works as a concept. Because you can't just be a different race or gender in another universe because it won't be that individual. It will be a different person. And multiverses have done that. Take a different individual, but they take the title of someone that is popular. Like a hero or villain. Why the fuck do I have to explain this to this idiot? But of course, he is arguing with people in the replies of this tweet because he just hates being white so much. I don't understand this. I don't know how this brainwashing technique worked on so many people where they're arguing for their own extinction. It's crazy, but we live in America. But anyway, someone replied to the original tweet saying this. Because the one on the left is explicitly mentioned to be non-canon to the main universe and didn't have a big role, while the one on the right is established as the main universe. I think Dr. Connors looking young here is my only complaint. I don't know how that can be your only complaint. It's not about the age, it's about the whole character has been changed. Dr. Connors is not a black female. But whatever, this idiot who made the original tweet is still mad and he replied with this. It's been clear to me for a while that people don't know what canon really means. And you're one of those people. Also, this is not the main universe. There's no such thing. What the fuck are you talking about? How is there no such thing as a main universe, but they are alternative universe? What is the alternative coming from? Something has to be a main option if there is an alternative option, you fucking idiot. The 616 universe is considered to be the main continuity of the Marvel multiverse. This has been established for years now. What are you talking about? And canon just means which story is true. Is it connected to the overall continuity of the whole universe? Canon literally just said, yes, this happened at this time. That's what canon is. It's just saying, yes, this is true, that happened. So you don't know what the fuck canon is. And when someone makes an adaptation of an already existing property, you would expect it to be in the main continuity. Because that is a perfectly normal assumption that someone who is adapting a comic book would adapt the main version of the comic book with the most notable version of those characters. No one's expecting someone to make their own fake version for this adaptation. People are expecting the characters that they know and love, not a different individual who is taking their villain name or hero name. So there is a main universe, and using the excuse that it's just an alternative universe is so lazy. That means anybody can just do anything at that point because everything's an alternative. It's just a different universe. That's why everyone's gay. This is the gay universe, the rainbow dimension. Everybody's gay. It's so fucking lazy. This multiverse shit was a fucking mistake, man. Especially how it's being used nowadays. It's just being used to make black female versions of characters. That's all it does nowadays. None of these modern writers nowadays can use the multiverse to create unique scenarios for these characters. And I enjoy this stuff when it's done in separate continuity. I enjoy DC Elseworlds. Everybody loves Batman Gotham by Gaslight or Superman Red Sun and many other Elseworld stories for Superman and Batman and other characters. The same thing with Marvel's What If. That's what we used to get when we got alternative continuities. We got these cool what if concepts when these characters were in scenarios that you never thought you'd see them in. But these modern writers nowadays use the multiverse just to make everyone black and gay. You're not creating another Superman Red Sun. You're not on that level. You're not creating another Batman Gotham by Gaslight or Batman Dawnbreaker where Batman's like a Green Lantern. Or all of these different crazy Justice League alternative universe stories. You don't have the talent. None of these people have the talent for either DC or Marvel. You're not as good as the what if writers from decades ago. You're trash. You don't use the multiverse correctly. That's why people are fucking tired of it. The multiverse should have its own separate small continuity. It shouldn't be a part of main plot. It's boring. And we all know that this shit is fucking pandering. So you can go fuck yourself if you're trying to gaslight people and call people racist or imply that. Because that's what you're implying. Oh, what's the difference? Nobody had a problem with female Doc Ock, but people have a problem with this Dr. Connors. I wonder why that might be. Fuck off. It's just lazy and boring at this point. People want to see the characters that they know and love. They don't want to see a fake bastardized version of those characters. And you going out of your way to defend this company, blindly defend this company, is not going to convince people to watch this hideous show. The show itself already was fucking terrible. People were already annoyed that Norman Osborn is black when he's like the Spider-Man villain. If you had some common sense, Disney, you would have brought in Willem Dafoe, have him voice the character, and have the character look like he does in the comics. Easy win, easy W, but they couldn't fucking help themselves, and that's why people are tired of this shit. It's boring, it's lame, it's uncreative, and it's disrespectful because you are assuming that black people already didn't like the character. It is just old, it's lame, and nobody gives a fuck about Hollywood. Nobody has sympathy for anybody in Hollywood anymore. Oh wow, I have no interest in this ugly trash Spider-Man show. I'm not even the biggest Spider-Man fan. I don't really give a fuck about the character like that. And after seeing all this ugly animation and these terrible race swaps, I'm never gonna watch this show. And no amount of losers with white guilt trying to put down their own race to excuse race swaps is going to convince anyone to watch garbage. So I don't have much else to say. I don't want to keep repeating myself. So all the fucking losers with white guilt, go fuck yourself.